Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about this Berlin Film Festival again. Geeky did a video on it yesterday talking about how some actors are choosing their words very carefully, or they're not saying anything political because they don't want to rock the boat. I don't know if it's their own personal choice or they're being told not to get political by their studios or agents, but now they're getting backlash for not saying enough. Mm-hmm. So we have, and you had what? Michelle Yeoh was one,
yeah,
and Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
And
now Hawke.
Now we have Ethan Hawke saying that, yeah, last place you probably want to look for political advice from a bunch of jet lag drunk artists. Rupert Grint is getting backlash because even though he said he's anti-fascism, he said, there's a time and a place for it, and he didn't want to get into it. Now they're dragging him because he didn't want to get into it. Now we have a list of names who are like, how very dare you be silent? We have to all speak up at every possible opportunity and tell you all what our politics are, even though people don't want to hear it.
Well, they were mad because one of the jury members refused to slam Israel during the event.
Well, that's okay. It's in Berlin, right? They've already slammed Israel pretty hard.
Yeah, they're probably like, it's probably not good look for us to say anything.
Yeah, I think that's it. So Germany, they're really weird. I don't know if they're still as weird about it as they were, but like the reason Bumblebee and the Transformers, the live action movie, the Michael Bay movie, the reason he was a Camaro and not a Volkswagen is because they were so afraid to have Volkswagen associated with violence, with guns, that they weren't allowed to use Volkswagen.
Yeah, most people don't know though that Volkswagen's history though.
Yeah, look it up. It's people's cars. Certain mustache man really liked his Volkswagens. I'm just saying. Right now, somebody's listening to this is like, damn it! And I just bought my Volkswagen EV because I care about the world. I gotta take it back and protest because fascism.
No, it doesn't count then. It only counts if it's up now that they're mad about.
Okay.
If it's a Tesla, it counts. If it's
Tesla's bad, but Volkswagen's totally fine. And I saw there actually was a TikTok video, some woman like, I'm trading my Tesla in for a Volkswagen. It's like, oh no. Hey, have I got some news for you? Anyway, let's talk about this. I think a lot of these people are basically just telling on themselves, though, and I think studios are going to look and be like, yep, that one's going to be a problem, and that one's going to be a problem, and yeah. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woo!
Yeah, so Ethan Hawke is surprisingly, like, hey, yeah, let's not get political.
Well, they probably get tired of being asked. No matter what you say, you're in trouble for it. Like even Rupert Grint's like, yeah, no, I'm against it, but you didn't say enough. So no matter what you say, you're gonna piss somebody off. So you're better just to say nothing.
Yeah, this is interesting. He said during the press conference for his new film, The Wait, Hawke was asked his position on the responsibility of big names to speak up on topics like fascism. He took a moment to contemplate the question before saying, all right, the last place you probably want to look for advice in your spiritual counsel is a bunch of jet-lagged drunk artists talking about their films.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to avoid the question because these media outlets will not fucking stop looking at celebrities to validate their points.
Yeah. Actually, what he said was really good. He said there's a bunch of laughter and applause because I think people are like, oh, thank God.
Probably.
Another Hollywood guy's not trying to lecture us. Hawke added, I believe in the power of cinema to affect, how every night we all dream and those dreams kind of heal us and get us ready for the next day. Yes, like Explorers, where you dream of aliens and spaceships. I feel like collectively, the whole festival, all of us here are responsible for creating an international dream life. What is it? What are our dreams? What are we talking about? What are we thinking about? At its core about being a group of people who don't think they have anything in common, who band together to fight institutional greed and malevolence. That's worth fighting for. Yep.
That's what they all keep doing. They all keep turning it basically like we're here to entertain. We're here to be escapism. We are not here to, tell you what to think and how to vote.
Now he did say, and this is the thing, he's getting attacked anyway. Same with Rupert Grint. He said, yeah, anything that fights fascism, I'm all for it. And you can say
fascism.
You can say that. I'll tell you, I'm anti-fascist, but we have to define what that is.
Yes, exactly. We're anti-fascist too, but by the real definition, not like everything I hate was Hitler or Nazi. Now it's fascism because I can't say Nazi because of the Gaza Palestine thing. So now they're like, everything's fascism. They keep misusing words. And that just basically means you don't like what I like, so you're a fascist. That's basically what it means.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, am I against actual fascism?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think, again, we're talking Berlin. We're talking, there's a little bit of a history there.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. They're all worried about fascism at this event, but whatever.
But what is concerning is the fact that people can't really define fascism. They think everything, like you said, everything they don't like is fascist.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that disagrees with them on any level needs to be punched in the face, hit with a bike lock. I mean, the whole thing. And that is concerning because that is like, that really is fascist if you're not allowed to think outside of whatever the group think is, right? And you're using violence to enforce your message or to keep people in line, or the threat of blacklisting.
Or the threat of like, I'm going to kill you.
Well, yeah, there's that too. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah. So
that's all fascism. All the stuff you guys keep doing.
Using fascism to fight fascism.
Yes. I mean, it's like, anyway, this is not what this video is about. But
no.
People are like, they're really, really pushing. The media is really, really pushing over there to get these actors to say what they want to say. So they can be like, see. And the general public's like, I really don't effing care what Ethan Hawke thinks about fascism, or Rupert. Does anybody care what Rupert Grint thinks about fascism? No one
Ron
cares.
Weasley. Does anybody care what Ron Weasley thinks about? So he's actually probably
Ron.
Shut up, Ron. He's probably thankful they're not asking him about J.K. Rowling's transphobia. He's like, oh my God, they're
give him time.
They're just asking me about Nazis. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. I thought they were going to ask me about J.K. Rowling again.
How many actors are going to stop coming to these events because they don't want to be grilled? If they're not contractually obligated, because they don't want to be grilled about everything they believe, and you have to put it all out there so that they can judge you. And no matter what you say, it's not enough. But anyway, so back to the point. So a bunch of these celebrities, I don't know. Some of these wouldn't call them celebrities. But
Tilda Swinton. Oh, no.
Well, they all signed this open letter, which if you go down, the letters.
Yeah, there's a list. Oh my God, we're keeping lists. Yeah,
right.
People are right thinkers in Germany. Wait a minute.
I'll give them credit. At least they actually signed their name, because there's a lot of people that they'll be it's unidentified or anonymous or whatever.
Amy Adams, though, that's interesting. She said she missed the premiere. She said, I'm saying my thoughts, whatever. If it were me, I'm going to tell you the truth. In this climate, I'd probably just send my thoughts. Be like, hey, guys, sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm going to literally go do anything else because I don't want to freaking step in it.
Well, you don't know what's going on. She might have a conflict or something.
Well, she might, but I would find a conflict. Oh my God, they're going to be like, you're just a Nazi looking for. I would find a conflict so I wouldn't have to go here, because it doesn't matter. Even if you agree with them, you don't agree with them enough.
My cat's cousin's friend's uncle's dog is sick, and I have to go help.
Yeah.
Can't go.
All right, so they got Javier Bardem, Tilda Swinton. Actually, Tilda Swinton, I would have been okay with Tilda Swinton as the first female doctor. Is Tilda Swinton still a woman? I can't tell.
I don't know what Tilda Swinton is.
I've heard Tilda Swinton was they, them for a while. I have no idea. And Adam McKay among 81 names to sign an open letter criticizing Berlin for silence on Gaza. We're dismayed, because that's what this is all about. It's not about the movies. It's about the message.
Yeah.
More than 80 current and former participants of the Berlinale that sounds like they're coming to get you. The Berlinale are coming to get you. Have signed an open letter to the festival condemning what it claims has been its silence when it comes to the conflict in Gaza and the censoring of artists who have spoken out. Tilda Swinton, Javier Bardem, Angelique. I can't pronounce half of these names. I do recognize Tatiana Maslany. Who else do we got here? Some directors, Adam McKay. They're among the signatories of the letter, which says that they expect the institutions in our industry to refuse complicity in the terrible violence that continues to be waged against Palestinians.
They do know that a lot of Hollywood is Jewish, right?
That's why a lot of people aren't signing this letter, and they're choosing their words very carefully. I'm just saying,
it's an event in Germany.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, I don't know. To be fair, they probably want to stay out of it, and I can understand why. It's
Germany. For all your talk of Nazi,
No, you can't. It's fascist now.
Okay, it's fascism. We moved the goalpost, and I mentioned
But
this
fascism
before.
is usually comes from people talking about the Nazis and Hitler.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah. Hey, yeah, you probably don't want to be anti-Jewish in Germany. It's like, if you are, it's like, oh my God, we're finally there. I mean, we're finally at the point where it's like, you guys,
Springtime for celebrities in Germany.
oh my God. Yeah, I can't. This is, I mean, literally though, this is like a fucking parody of like, yeah, a bunch of celebrities decided to throw shade at Israel and Germany and call a bunch of other people Nazis. I mean, think about it, right? It's a little weird. That's why they're staying the hell out of it. And honestly, I don't even think there is a right answer at this point other than I'd rather not answer. But like I said, if you try that, then they try to get you there too. Well, you didn't say enough, Ron Weasley. Everybody wants to know what Ron Weasley thinks.
Well, they're basically just told, say, I'm against fascism. You know, you're not.
Well, everybody's against actual fascism. We just gotta, well, except for fascist, actual fascists. We just gotta define what that. Anyway, whatever. All right.
Go down to the letter.
All right. Well, here's a little more
the
backstory.
irony is strong.
The letter lands in the middle of the 2026 edition of the film festival, in which the topics of politics have become a central theme, most notably
At a film festival. Yes, I go to films to be taught to discuss politics.
Yeah, so they said, following comments by jury head Wim Wenders in the opening press conference, when asked about Gaza and the support of the German government, which funds much of the festival, has shown for Israel, he said we should stay out of politics and claimed that filmmaking was the opposite of politics. The uproar that followed prompted festival head Trisha Tuttle to put a statement out in which she said artists should not be expected to comment on all broader debates about festivals' previous or current practices over which they have no control. In the open letter, the signatories assert that they fervently disagree with Wender's views on filmmaking and politics.
Guess who's not getting invited next year?
You cannot separate. Well, guess who's probably, I mean, here's the thing. You guys put yourself on a list, then that's the studios are going to look at that and be like, okay, this one's a problem.
Wait.
This one's a problem.
Look at this comment. We fervently disagree with their view on filmmaking. You cannot separate one from the other. Yes, I know. You guys have been trying that. And your films and shows have been failing miserably because people are so sick of your constant political bullshit.
All right. The tide is changing across the international film world, citing the refusal of more than 5,000 film workers, including several major Hollywood names, to work with complicit Israeli film companies and institutions.
And the normies, they don't care. They just get a whiff of political bullshit in movies and they don't go.
Okay, look, regardless of how you feel, regardless of your thoughts on, and we try to stay out of we just get like fed up with the activism being shoved into everything.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about Gaza and Israel, you do realize the religious makeup of a lot of Hollywood, right? What side do you think they're going to come down on when push comes to shove? Do you think Steven Spielberg is going to throw away the Israeli film companies and make a big statement about how awful Israel is? Do you really think that's going to, I mean, seriously, what the hell? Yeah, if you've got, so yeah, this probably isn't the place to, again, if you don't want to work, go for it. But okay. I'm just like, God.
They're pissed about it because they did that before. In the past, they talked about the atrocities in Iran and Ukraine.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Israel, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't in Germany.
In Germany, it wasn't Israel and Germany, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Can you imagine, like, hey, Steven Spielberg, why aren't you making a statement?
That, like, we're mad because you're not slamming Israel and at the film festival in Germany. I'm like, they're smart. They're staying out of it.
This is like right out of Tropic Thunder. I swear to God. This is like Tropic Thunder levels of what the fuck. And I think most people who have more than 2-digit IQs realize that, that is a loaded question in this country, in this time. And regardless of how you feel, you might want to keep your damn mouth shut.
Never go full activist celebrity.
Never go full activist. We're calling on the film festival to fulfill its moral duty and clearly state its opposition to Israel's genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes against Palestinians, and completely end its involvement in shielding Israel from criticism and calls for accountability. In Germany, we want the German Film Festival Committee to talk shit about Israel.
It's hilarious to me because just a few years ago, before the whole war, the Gaza, Israel thing, they were all like, "You're all Hitler. You need to condemn, anti-Semitism and all this other shit." And now they're just like, "How about we just stay out of it?" These actors that are saying stay out of it are correct. Stay out of it.
Could you imagine the headlines though if you had German Film Festival Committee attacks Israel during. In Berlin,
they're just trying to stay out. I mean, it's like the stupid meme with the guy sweating and which button do you push? It's like,
there's no way to win. Even if they agree, it's Germany, it's Berlin. They're not going to say anything that's going to, because like I said, they were so afraid of even being associated with violence. They wouldn't even let Bumblebee be in the Transformers movie as a Volkswagen because they're like, we don't want to go there. Now they've come around to it. It took them a while, but yeah, they were like, yeah, we're not doing that. Wow. Okay. So there's just a whole big ass, oh my God. So here's some of the names. Half of them I can't pronounce. Half of them I've never heard of. They're probably in, art house films or whatever, but yeah, Brian Cox is on there. Let's see who else we got on here. John
There's
Jones.
A lot of names.
There's a lot. You can see the list. I wouldn't have put yourselves on a list, guys. I'm just saying. Tatiana
lists are
Maslany.
bad unless they're making them.
Yeah. So, look, I think the smartest thing to do is to do an Ethan Hawke and just be like, yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that right now. And he said, hey, I hate fascists, but there's a time and place for that, and that's the smartest thing you can do.
Yeah, people are getting so sick of Hollywood and celebrities, and because they're tired of the constant, politics and activism and messaging. And if people get a whiff of it, they immediately I'm not going because it's going to be, even if I agree, I'm not going because it's going to be not entertaining. It's just going to be more political, shoving down people's throats, and it's going to be all about politics or identity politics and not about anything entertaining.
Right.
And the normies are over it. They aren't going to see this stuff. So you really need to step away from it because studios are trying to. But yeah, it's a really bad look to go to a film festival in Berlin and say, why aren't you being mad about the Jewish people?
I know, right? Don't the Jews make you mad? Do you agree? Yes or no? I was like, oh my God.
Of course they're going to stay out of that one. It's like a landmine. No matter where you step, there's a landmine.
Yeah, there's no way to win this one. So the only way you can win is by not playing. I would have doped out. I'm with Amy Adams. I mean, she might have had things going on, but I would have been like, you know what?
Any excuse to get out of this.
Any excuse. Like, wait, we're going to Berlin and we're going to throw shade at the Jews. Yeah, no, I'm good. I think I'm going to go plant some flowers this weekend.
That foot scraping I'm putting off. Well, that seems more fun than going to the Berlin,
Yes, yes, exactly. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.